It's been way more than a few minutes, and I had said I was going to post some other fitness information today. So if you are not moving around as much, you're sitting more, it's just really important to keep thinking about how you keep that back side of your body kind of alive and going. One way is to get up more frequently and move around. The longer you sit, for any of us, there can be a tendency to even just find yourself helping yourself up with your hands after you have been sitting, and that's just allowing those backside muscles to stay turned off. And the whole time you're sitting, your body's been kind of gradually telling those muscles to stay turned off. We want them to be able to turn on. We want our hamstrings and glutes to be able to kick in efficiently and appropriately. One great exercise that you can do is a chair stand, and you find a bench or chair that is a good height, and you try to cross your arms over your chest and work on doing a hip hinge and hip hinging back down. Now, of course, that in itself can be difficult for a lot of people. So if you need like a transition, you could, and look, I just showed that I pushed on my legs to come up, which some people need, but you could practice almost sitting down and getting back up. So I can like try to just hinge down and come back up. Now, of course, I want to keep working on my knee alignment. Ideally, my knee is going to go with my second toe or my second and third toe. So I want to feel that the outside of my leg gets good activation into my glutes to help with that. That tends to be a problem more for women than men, just because of how the femur sits in the hip socket with the wider pelvis. So the knees tend to want to go in more for most women. Another great exercise for getting good backside support is a pelvic press or bridge. So I could either hip hinge up and down, or I could roll through my spine. Either way, I want to get some good activation back here. If my feet are in too close, I may not be getting quite as much activation. It may be going more into feeling like a lot of quad stretch or knee pressure. So having those feet a bit away can be helpful. The wider you are, it might be easier. The more narrow or close together your feet are, you may feel like you get more activation in the center of the hamstring group. Also, you could do with your feet in dorsiflexion. So that was more of a hip hinging one. You could do on one leg. If I'm doing one leg, I want to try to avoid rotation. There are many ways that we can do variations on those. And with your chair stands, you could also try doing an overhead arm version where you have to kind of kick into the glutes more, because the arm being that high is restricting the ability of the lats to fire with the glutes, because the lats are already in a stretched position. So it kind of forces more of that glute activation. Plus you're just feeling your core support differently because your arms reaching out, extending your torso, have created a longer lever of the torso. Sorry, somebody outside distracted me. Anyway, those are some thoughts about extensor activation. So extending to the back is extension. If I take my leg a little bit to the back, so the back surface of the body, those are my extensors. And for a lot of us, they tend to not stay activated and firing enough from day to day. So think about that and have a good evening.